a little while ago, right here on the J1 Studios YouTube channel, we were asked a question.
How would you feel if they recasted T'Challa?
I would have been fine with it.
He said he would have been fine with it.
Yeah, I would have been fine with it because um, Chad was not him, and he wasn't Chad. You know, Chad was Chad.
That answer there went on deaf ears because Kevin Feige still hit us with the
"We will not recast the character."
And boy, did he mean it, because in X-Men 97, he wasn't there. In Marvel Zombies, he wasn't there. Derek Boseman said,
T'Challa is just a character. You know, when Christopher Reeves had the accident, they didn't stop having Superman.
No, they didn't.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, they just got somebody else to play the role of Superman.
Unfortunately, what he just did there was a problem. You see, he just equated Black Panther with the greatest superhero of all time who happens to be white. You don't do that. Well, you wanted that for a black? One got out, a black. One got out, a black.
What?
That wasn't going to happen. And Derek Boseman, unfortunately, fell on deaf ears.
I think that the role was far too important, and it was bigger than just one person because of the effect that it had on Black children.
Well, what about this? What about the effect that it had on Black children was the reason why in the Marvel Zombies episode, the character doesn't have a voice actor to even talk. Even though Chad was Chad and T'Challa didn't matter. We know you said this in an interview 2 years to 3 years ago. Doesn't matter. In 2025, he's going to fight with Thanos, and then he's going to realize, oh, guess I got to die. Whoopsie daisy. Time to die again. The character dies one more time. It is said to be a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, or at least they incited his name in interviews and articles. Chadwick Boseman this. When there's literal proof right here of this guy telling you why this character is super important. What was it about the kids?
Like my great nephew by marriage.
What about him?
From watching the first Black Panther, his aspiration was to be a scientist because he saw this brilliant, elegant,
inspirational,
articulate Black man, and he said, "I can do that too."
What do you think?
Okay, so maybe Marvel does understand the power of what this character can influence. So when you guys see me do these videos over and over again, routinely opposing what they call a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, know that I'm the guy with Chadwick Boseman behind me, representing him and what he would want and why he took the role to make so a character like him is on the par that Superman is on and Batman is on. You can get as a Halloween costume at the same stores. He's at the same toy aisle. We had a Black character being treated with utmost respect. You would be voice acted in many, many things. Not now. That's not who Chadwick Boseman was ever going to be, and that's not what we should do to remember him and tribute him as gatekeeping the character, blocking the progression of a great character, which he played. He played knowing he was sick. He was agreeing to do things like playing Star-Lord T'Challa and making a new TV show about that. And we think that he didn't want that show to happen anymore. Well, it was been canceled. Out of tribute to him, I guess it would be too disrespectful, so they think. No, it's not. Were you listening to Derek? Like, all the evidence points to that this guy here who I defend, when I evoke his name, I talk about the great things and the mission that he was on. This guy would want T'Challa to still be around on screen, not put away during X-Men 97, and not hiring a voice actor in 5 years since this man died. 5 years later, they had voice actors who played characters who weren't the movie actors. Mahershala Ali wasn't there, but Blade was voiced. And Tom Holland wasn't there. Spider-Man was voiced.
I heard T'Challa say, Wakanda forever. Quietly. Like he knew that it was the last time.
There was no problems there, but there is when it comes to him. Now we got to start asking our questions because it's 5 years. It's 5 years. There isn't a time was in a crunch, couldn't get an actor. Now we're just misremembering this dude. And when we cite his name, him, like his own family, I just showed you his brother. His own family's okay with it. But we start saying this guy's name, and that's why T'Challa can't appear anymore. You're disrespecting him. You're not actually representing what a great person would want, which is for fucking representation. It's simple. Not T'Challa dying so that his son can grow up. That's not T'Challa. That's not who he played. That's not the legendary character. That's a character who stifles, impeding on the greatness of T'Challa. That's a character who takes screen time away from. That's a competition within the own franchise of T'Challa. If we were to give him a son and then make people invest in that character instead of actual T'Challa, and maybe people can have their favorite and it won't be T'Challa anymore. That's divisive. Just recast. Not his sister, not his dad, not he's got an ancestor from another time. Like just T'Challa. It's just Superman. Didn't his brother just say that? I represent Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, I'm getting too creative with these green screens, but am I wrong? All right. That interview that I was pointing at from J1 Studios on that channel, it's on the screen. It's on screen right there. You guys can see it full context that it is available in. This is 3 years ago. 3 years ago, Derek Boseman said that. Ask questions about Marvel Studios. Why is T'Challa banned?